Can't even see the stream right now, but see the audio sounds. I'm gonna have to pull this shit up on my phone. Okay, finally. Is it gonna load, man? So I put it on my fucking phone. It's gonna blast the audio straight into the microphone. Okay, whatever. I'll just. It's not too bad. Go for it, actually. Okay, it's kind of absolutely atrocious in terms of lag. Okay, whatever. Really only do so much. From what I saw, the tiny bit, it seemed like it was going alright. So. I don't even know. I don't really know much about this game. I know it's supposedly like a roguelike. From what I'm seeing here, it has a permadeath mode. The kind of RPG, turn-based, kind of dungeon crawler type of thing. Should be interesting. Figured I'd play a couple, seeing as it's supposedly roguelike. A couple runs, see how I fare. I'll probably die. Seems like it's one of those old school harder games. So, depending on how annoying it is, how much I like it, you know, play a couple runs or play like one and then get pissed off. Not sure. We'll see though. Guess I'll move the music a little bit. Yeah, let's do new game. I don't know. I always go for like. I always go for Damien or some shit like that. For some reason. problem here is I can't see the fucking. It had a full screen mode. That was about it. The actual game is taking up like 90% of my screen right now. The setup I got, I can't really see the chat. Oh, that is what it is. So I just have to have it on my phone. Holy shit, this is lagging like crazy. And the actual stream is like super far behind. Like 3 minutes behind. Goodness gracious. It might not be. At least the audio itself is fine. It's just the latency and the lag has the stream delay at a high degree right now. Whatever, Damien. Okay, move cursor, WSD, immediate. Way to turn, pressing space. Okay, health, brother. Seems we have health. Holy shit. Yeah, now I got all the way over here. Even then, that's gonna block. That still blocks my view. Goodness. And we got health, armor, energy, I'm assuming, hunger, probably weight, and then like arrows. Okay, interact signs, doors and other objects, moving into them. Okay. Okay, something outside. Okay, who are you? Find a book titled Ancient Siberun 6. One word catches your eye. Era, which means fortress. Shelf contains books on mushroom farming and animal husbandry, as well as a log of the farm's finances. Okay. Still no dreams, child? Speaking. Speak to people by typing words or clicking to use the current cloud word. Once a word is in the input box, press enter, click to say it. Some words are hidden, require typing in fully by hand. Mouse. I swear you just sleep too deeply to recall them. Sure, you'll dream one of these days. Don't try to force it. Let me see if I can actually speak Seems I can't put a question mark. You're in Yarrow. No reply. Okay. Guess that's the most I can do. It's not horrible, I guess. Can bump many things, including enemies, long grass, signs, bookshelves, and much more. A large potion of healing. There's a lot of stuff in this fucking UI. Signing is Yarrow Farm. Here be thine hearth, home, and heart. The space is waiting. And R is guessing projectiles. Tab would be aiming. I guess it just... Okay, just targets the closest thing. What is Q? I guess crouching. Interesting. Hurting allies with friendly fire. Safety mode is off. You will not hurt allies. Simply bumping into them. Be very careful moving around in this mode, unless you wish to be fined, banished, or even killed. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to just kill random people. Or helpful people. Okay, X. I don't know what that does. Yell. And then it just tells me to log. Faint dotted square on use your detection radius. This has a lot of stuff. I thought this was gonna be like a lot simpler, but no, this isn't bad. I'm just kind of surprised, especially since it's a free game. It's like a $5 DLC. This seems like it could easily go for like 20 plus hours. Enemies within this area will be alerted to your presence. Detection radius will shrink when you are quiet, and is altered by other factors such as movement, cover, equipment, and noisy actions. Do I have a... Day 1 of the hunting moon. Okay, swap. Next. Quiet, ranged. Not available, and yell. Make sure there's nothing here. Seems like there is a path. Picks up something. You can bring up your inventory at any time, pressing I or escape. Clicking, moving the cursor to the inventory tab. Pressing enter. Jesus. So I have no stats at all. Oh, in the regular ones. Strength, intellect, endurance, finesse, perception, and luck. Which is interesting. It says magic, but there's no like mana or anything to that degree. Well, I guess there's intellect, which would suggest magic, but 46 DPS. 10% free hand bonus. I'm assuming that means if I have a free hand, or if I'm using a free hand, I'm not dual wielding or two handing. Higher chance? I'm assuming that's what that means. Up and down, scroll through your possessions. Left and right show items filtered through type. Equip, unequip. Use by pressing enter. Equipped items are marked with a check mark. Weapon last resort, neither advantageous in research force, but light enough even the weakest hand. Doesn't hit multiple targets. One-handed. Pristine condition. Considering they're talking about condition, I'm assuming this can break. It doesn't say durability, but... Or maybe it's just... Like, you get different... You could have like a rusted, broken dagger, or like a dull dagger. You know, depending on what area you're in, how expensive it is, it's gonna be better. So it's either durability or it's just like damage based. The pristine weapons would do a lot more damage than like common weapons or legendary weapons or whatever. I mean, it says condition, not grade. 0.6 second attack time, 10% critical chance. Oh, volcanic rock suitable for throwing. It's interesting that it says volcanic rock. To just either went out to a volcano to get rocks, or that there's a volcano right nearby. Ten damage. 5 to 10 damage. 0.5 seconds. Woolen cap useful for keeping the head warm during cold Calderan winter weather. I don't know why I said winter. Simple woolen tunic. It's interesting because the stats are in blue, and then the condition is in blue as well. Then everything else is in green. I wonder if that means anything. I mean, terms are in blue. Important terms. And the log right there, so. And then regular stuff is just in white. Iron cage helping a chunk of warm lumosite. Applying amber bane oil causes it to glow and dissipate nearby amber. Closing the shutters helps to conceal one's presence, but the oil still dissipates. Inventor Authoritius Roche died some 50 years after the cataclysm, but his legacy lives on. Crisp, ripe, white fruit which tastes sweet. Being ripe, it will one day rot like all things. I'm already sensing some kind of theme here. Death of all things, inevitability, a place in the world type of stuff. You're living in a place that is noticeably cold and is known for being cold. The place outside is dark, and every time you step, you shed a tiny bit of light. They honor the hunting moon. Kind of already have kind of a little bit of a theme going on here. Maybe I'm just thinking too much into it, but we'll see. Bright red potion in a large bottle. Taste of copper and fills the body with greater healing light. The more squeamish views its benefits. I never really thought of that. Like, what would a healing potion even taste like? Never really thought of like what a healing potion would be made out of. There's some media that make them taste like fruits and stuff. Sometimes it's made of like magic, sometimes it's made of like a monster parts or magical plant parts. But realistically, something that replenishes your health, heals your wounds completely. You gotta either be magical or of some living being. It's probably not gonna taste very good. Red oil, Amberbane Ward oil. Red oil harvested from sea thrashers, which evaporates and pushes back amber when applied to the warm crystal chunk in a lumosite ward. In cities, the oil is usually kept under lock and key due to being highly flammable. You can assign these to different things. Flint and steel and small bedroll. A flint, steel, and small bedroll, which can be combined with 10 kindling to create a campsite in a suitable environment. I have 5 kindling. Then dry sticks, little use alone, but if enough have been gathered, they may be combined with a camping kit used to start a campfire. Lifestone. Area healing technology from the Siberun era in the form of a translucent white faceted stone filled with swirling motes of dark blue. Considered an invaluable tool by those who follow the Lords of Dust, with their strange aversion to witchcraft and its curative potions. Lords of Dust, aversion to witchcraft, and potions. Well, that answers that. Potions are made by magic. Yeah. It's not very good right now. I just realized my... I mean, every single stream I've ever done has been scuffed, so I'm not really too worried. Whether it's Home Audio's internet or our internet or your internet, I think the streaming gods just hate me and want me to have a bad stream every time, no matter what, so it is what it is. Though it is particularly bad today for some reason. Don't really know why. Anyways. That sucks. Shit is not even showing. Oh, whatever. Guess I need to hold it. It's not a consumable. Anyways. Okay. No thanks. You're really getting a lot of fucking bots for some reason. Really, last stream within the first couple minutes, 2 bots, and now within 30 minutes, 2 bots as well. It's very strange. Grave reads, Mr. Kipples, you hated everyone. We loved you regardless. Okay. Grand Hoxton at rest at last. To my beloved Karam, Ember took you from the world, but not my heart. So Ember is like a destructive thing. Interesting. Graveyard key. Okay. Guess. Coming back. Hoxton Family Cemetery. These are spores. Talk to the chicken. Why can I talk to the chicken? That okay, man. This Ember Bane Light is arcanic property. Please treat it with appropriate care. What is? I was about to say, hopefully the cows don't freaking escape. That'd be annoying. Q, toggle quiet mode. You can do bonus damage if you hit an enemy who's sleeping or unaware of you. Or sneaking dims your ward, reducing your sight range. Actions take 2 times longer. Quiet, you can reduce your detector radius further. Staying near walls and other cover, waiting quietly will reduce it even more. You can throw or fire objects with R. Clicking the ranged icon, you will do increased damage if you hit enemies who are unaware. Start the game, you're a bad shot. I do have the... Yeah, I have the dagger equipped. The rock does 10 at most. The light dagger does 30. Hell, he does. This has more than 30 health. Okay, beetle, 54 damage down. 2 times. Found a note. The graveyard key is in the locked chest behind the farmhouse's false wall. You're in the graves is a key. It's a cave. I don't know. I said key. I hit a carved stone within it. Find the stone. Find others who recognize its sign, and may the gods and my beloved be forever blind. Signed, your loving guardian, Karam. Well, dude is dead. I don't know. You can pick up your notes by pressing N. China key. Interesting. Let me see who Karam was again. I was like, why am I moving so slow? Ticking from us too long. No, it was the other one. My beloved, Amber took you, and not my heart. Kerm kind of sounds like a guy name, so I'm just gonna say him for now. But it seems like he. Let me start the. Run the ad. I'll just reread these notes. Fuck. Assuming it was that, is what it was showing. Hopefully. So yeah. Loving Guardian. And considering this was in a chest, well, not a chest, a crate, I guess. Wooden crate. I assume it was for people in the town. Not fully sure. Let me turn on the light real quick. My bad. Oh man. Okay. Interesting. How the heck do you even get there? Sometimes even familiar things such as walls may hide secrets. Look for anomalies and bump into anything that looks different. Okay, so this is the farmhouse. I was wondering, I was like, where the heck is the farmhouse? I guess this is the farmhouse. Be careful, you're gaining status change. Non-flashing icons in the status area show you what effect will be if the bar behind the icon fills to the top. Avoid further exposure to make the bar fall. You know, what the heck is the point of this place? assuming going through the graveyard is the main path. So I'll try to explore as much as I can. Stealth, dodge 11%. Interesting. So in terms of status effects, I mean, rot is usually like no, rot and poison are completely different things. Weird. Because when I think of rot, I immediately think of Scarlet Rot from Elden Ring, which is essentially just stronger poison, but it's more of an infection than an actual poison. Blindness. Stun is normal. Flame, obviously, fire damage is in like most RPGs. Madness. Again, I think of Frenzy Flame from Elden Ring. Torpor. I've heard of that word, but I don't know exactly what it means, so I'm gonna just search it out. Pretty sure it's like slowness, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, lethargy, sluggishness, state of physical and mental inactivity. So yeah, it's slow effect. Interesting. Bleed, normal, poison. Okay. Well. 5% defense to stun. I don't know where that's coming from. Home Winter Shawl. Great Forest Wolf. Gifts focus. Each gift adds to strength, allowing the use of more brutal weapons. Gifts focus on battle and the joys of the hunt. Adherents are fierce, fair, and devoted to the outdoor life. So I can choose to dedicate myself to, I'm assuming probably one god. I'm assuming I can probably like find a temple or something and like offer a sacrifice and join the cult or the religion. I'm hoping that I could probably change it, but it's probably gonna like cost something. And I'll probably get some penalty from the god. They didn't ask me to choose one at the beginning. Just told me to give a name to the character. I'm always gonna start here. So I'm assuming I'm either already dedicate. Well, it's already saying dedicate yourself. Interesting. Let's just read. Woman's Winter Shawl. Stat is strength, suffer fewer knockbacks, and gain heavy weapon use. I only have a dagger, so right now it's kind of worthless. Boon is Rage. Poise still regenerates when enraged and grants Frenzy at 0. Interesting. Tables of Cowardice, exiting a location while targeted. Motto is to each their own and from all to the forest. Okay, so it's not just dedicate yourself and you're good, like you actually have to do stuff. Oh no, I guess that's just like tasks while you're devoted to gain extra stat points. Visit the home. Find a weapon that's compatible. Kill, do what it likes. Defeat 200 enemies. Relic Guardian. I'm guessing Steadfast Hand is either a weapon, a skill, or some sort of item. Let's see. Moon Phase. Slam enemies back, forcing them into solid objects. Causes damage that scales based on the difference between your strength and the targets. The stronger you are compared to your foe, the further you push them back. No, let's call it Slam. Moon Phase cost reduction. So it would just increase my strength by 5 if I got any of them. Okay. Charge. Let us scream and push your body to the limit. Come on. Getting an extra move or attack in the process. And 30. It doesn't say anything, but I'm assuming energy. It's usually what that means in games, especially ones with turns and stuff. 90. Hurl. Throw your main weapon at a specific target. A slight flick of the wrist ensures that the weapon returns to one's hand after completing its journey. Shockwave. Leap to a free spot and smash the ground upon landing, damaging both friends and foes in the immediate vicinity. So that is just we'll have a party at some point, or we'll be ambushed in towns, or we'll have people out and about that we can talk to while they're enemies. I'm assuming. Hallow. Corpses in the chosen area are consumed by fire, leaving behind hallowed ground. Standing on hallowed ground guarantees that strikes will never miss, as well as granting a bonus to all damage. It's essentially domain. I've been watching fucking Jujutsu Kaisen again. That's immediately what that reminds me of. It's a guaranteed strike. It's essentially a fucking domain expansion. Berserk. Reduce yourself to near death, but become invulnerable for a period in the process. In addition, if you are dedicated to the wolf, it's funny, it says if you are dedicated to the wolf, but don't you need to be dedicated to even use these in the first place? So then, what that suggests is you can use these. Well, I guess if you're dedicated to wolf, I guess dedicating yourself, I don't know, these gods' gifts cost 50% less energy to use. So you can dedicate yourself, learn the skills, and then dedicate yourself to another one. So essentially you can probably learn all of them no matter what. And then as you go on, you just dedicate yourself to whichever one skills you like the best to be able to use it as efficiently as possible using the 50% less energy. Okay, that's cool. There's sometimes games like this where you have like specific factions and stuff, clans or cults or gods. You have to pick one and then you're just done. That's it. You can never go back. This one seems pretty straightforward and easy to understand. If you're dedicated to wolf, you gain Frenzy buff, multiplying your melee damage by 150%. Howl. Howl into the air and summon one of the Great Wolf's spectral kin to fight at your side. Interesting. Death's Harlequin. Each gift adds to finesse, allowing use of sharper rapiers, pins, and daggers. And that's the one that would help me right now, since I have a dagger. Gives focus on deception and trickery. Hearens have a dark sense of humor, reveling in hedonism and cruel wit. Home Harrow Dust. Stat finesse improves stealth, dodging, lockpicking, and trap avoidance. Boone frolic, move faster when mad. Tattoos, taboos. Barbarity using axe, sword, club, mace, or scythe. Funny, it's death, harlequins, but I can't use a scythe because that's barbaric. Interesting. And they have a dark sense of humor, hedonism, but I can't be barbaric. It's a bit strange. Motto, death comes to us all, but we can choose how we receive him. Hometown, rapier, dagger, 13 status effects. Defeat 50 enemies while insane. Become cursed by every other god. Okay, so how do you become cursed? Would that be like switching too quick or switching while in their hometown or something? Gain the trickster's mask. Interesting. Pierce, a landing strike that moves a row of enemies toward you by one space and pierces through everyone. Damage is based on your current weapon. Luck. Harlequin distorts reality to increase your chances of doing critical damage and dodging incoming melee blows for a period. Any other source of luck you possess will reduce the chance of complications. Chance of complications? What the fuck does that mean? Compound. Cruelly bullies the afflicted, causing each of the target's status effects to be converted into cumulative damage even as it cures them. It's pretty good. Doll. Places a small annoying doll on the floor which would explode a short time later. Puppet. The current target echoes your movements directly and even attacks its own allies if they happen to be in the way. Your finesse increases the duration of the effect. Gamble. Funny that it doesn't increase luck considering how much it's playing on jesters and harlequin, poker and stuff like that. Puppet and all that stuff. Affect your current target in one of a number of curious and rather random ways. More amusing than effective, unless you're already blessed with luck or wearing lucky items. That's already two skills that are based to luck. Reaper summons a powerful supernatural entity who demands a constant stream of sacrifices. More than one may be summoned, but if their bloodlust is not satisfied, or they are forced to attack other Reapers, they will turn on you. Okay. And then it has a scythe there. I mean, I know it's supposed to represent a fucking Reaper, but... And then you can't use a Reaper? A scythe? It's kind of stupid, honestly. Lords of Dust. Each gift adds the intellect, allowing the use of more magical weapons. Okay, so then they're differentiating magic with witchcraft. They're usually spells and incantations, like one is faith and one is intellect. Because witchcraft is more like brewing potions and like doing stuff from the earth, like using actual physical manifestations rather than using power within yourself. Because magic is usually like you're drawing from the power within yourself, or the power in the air, the mana in the air to make spells, versus something like witchcraft where you are not capable of doing. You put together magical items to be able to brew stuff that has magical power or to do spells. Interesting. Each gift focus on the repair and use of ancient Sibiruan artifacts. Adherents travel the world seeking hidden technology caches. Home Barrel Inn. Stat intellect boosts 1 damage and reduces item repair cost. Okay, so yeah, durability is a thing, unfortunately. Boom Tinkering. All magical items are identified, more durable and repairable. Does it suggest that they're usually not repairable? Taboos witchcraft using potions/ointments. Motto ignorance is merely delayed knowledge. Town repair. 12 types of wand and orb. 12 lesser runes. In the overworld, that suggests there's an underworld or some other place. 8 overworld henge locations. Gain the Pale Heart. They're seeing magic more as like a science, a technology rather than something else. From the way they're describing it. Trap. A powerful torpor trap for the unwary. Revelation. See that which surrounds you regardless of walls, including all traps and secret doors. Lensing. Alter the focus of your ward to burn enemies with Amberbane oil. Bloodstone. Unleash bloodstones. These ruby red crystals explode on contact with any creature or weapon. Resulting shards cause bleeding to all whom they strike, including the caster. Conversion. Convert a fraction of all status effects into health. Escape. Teleport back to the main entrance to this area. I guess of this area. Or return to the overworld if in the wilderness. Sabotage. Change all the allegiance of any mechanical fault. Or destroy traps and collect their components as ancient scraps. Our Lady of the Sanguine Moon. Each gift adds to perception. So I guess the strength, intellect, finesse, perception, and then probably luck. Endurance just seems like a normal thing. Though, I mean, the Death's Harlequin didn't add to luck, but it was related to luck to some degree. So it might be endurance. Each gives adds a perception, allowing better ranged weapons and herb yields. Gives focus on transference of energy through blood. Adherents are haughty, cold, and experts in potion creation. Home to Red Grove. Stat perception increases trap detection, sight, and range and accuracy. Boon Witchcraft. Blood Files. Our food and potion brewing costs are halved. Taboos. Gluttony. Eating anything other than blood. Motto. Blood is all, we need nothing more. Legendary Bow. 50 enemies using ranged weapons. 15 types of potions, 25 herbs, and wild crimson candle. Gash. Slash an enemy with a specially prepared hidden dagger, causing instantaneous blood loss status effect. Though sharp of eye will occasionally spot untainted blood, which will be collected in a file. Feast. Bite deep into the flesh of a nearby enemy, gulping down blood, which directly heals your wounds. Drill Shot. Fire range weapon through the cracks between realms. Neither flesh nor stone will stop missiles fired in this manner, but they still remain quite lethal. Star Shot. Fire range weapon in a circle. Note that each missile is 2 times more powerful than a shot fired normally. Curse. Diminish the time of all status changes and spread them to all creatures within range. Sacrifice. Sacrifice half your health to Lady and receive gift energy in return. Moonlight. Call forth a fragment of the Sanguine Moon as your ally. The fragment will fire bolts of pure moonlight at all enemies, eventually blinding them. Okay, so yeah, it is endurance. Blind Angels. The way of all blind angels. Each gift adds to endurance, allowing the use of heavy armor and weapons. Gifts focus on defense, extrasensory perception, and translocation. Adherents are self-sacrificing, judgmental, and mistrust their own eyes. Home, Hearthhaven. I guess it's Heart Haven. Stat endurance, carry and wear more without slowing down. Boon Blind Faith, automatic life sight, increased block when blind. Taboos Injustice, striking allies or the unwary, so I can't use quiet then. Motto, justice thrives where light falls. Legendary Shield, 10 enemies will blind. 5 faction towns. Does it mean factions within the angels? Or all 5 factions of like the gods? because they're all loving and stuff. Assuming he probably means the god hometowns. 100 undead, all-seeing eye. Retribution blocks all damage received and reflects a percentage of the intended damage back to the attacker. Percentage scales with endurance. Blind leap. Move instantly to an unoccupied location you can see, but suffer blindness when you arrive. Note, you may not leap to a spot you cannot currently walk to. Life sight. Sense the presence of all living things within visual range, ignoring obstacles that would normally block line of sight. Consecrate. Consecrate the area around you so that all attacks do no harm to you, instead mainly removing the consecration status from your position. Expel. Reduce the time of all status effects afflicting you and convert the level of affliction into dark damage which strikes every foe in sight. Interesting that it... So I guess it converts... it's because they're angels, so they use light. And it's talking about killing undead, but it takes the status effects and makes it into evil energy, dark energy. And that dark energy comes out and hits the foes. You would think that they would not use any dark, even if it's to kill other monsters. So that's kind of interesting. Cruciform. Strike a large cross-shaped area centered on your position with a powerful magical attack, which scales with endurance. Paragon. Summon a servant of the angels. Paragons send their summoner energy as they fight, and are healed when they see their summoner take hits. Energy regains scales with endurance. If their caster is violent, the Paragon vanishes. So I can't attack essentially, I just have to tank damage and have the Paragon fight for me. Interesting. Plus speed. To extra speed and extra weight I can carry. Finesse is extra dodge. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Did not really want it to be symmetrical, but that's cool. Okay, so far I don't have much other than the upper path and then whatever is down here, which I don't really know what the heck is down here. But I guess I'll check it out. Okay. View the Chaldean overworld. You can zoom into any location pressing enter. Time flows 10 times faster here, so what's your food and poise? Your poise regeneration will slow down. Southwest moon upon Thos. Thought I can... Okay, yeah, let's not go to another area just yet. I haven't even explored most of the area here. Dungeon. Unable to leave. Let me, goodness gracious. Let's run the ad real quick. Considering that shows all 5 of the gods. Even though I don't really remember ever being connected to a single one of them. Yeah, I just finished charging the Steam Deck, so I should be able to do Five Nights at Freddy's later on if I feel like it. We'll see. This is a lot more story based than I thought it would be, honestly. Guessing it's roguelike in the sense of like probably the dungeons themselves. Obviously, I die. It says the dungeon configure, and then I'll have to start from the beginning of the dungeon. And all the enemies are randomized. But the base game itself is more story, kind of exploration type of thing. Map. Okay, cool. Okay, going through close quarters combat. Being hit will initially reduce your poise, shown by a small shield icon. That's poise. Engaged, poise will not regenerate, and the shield display a small flashing X. Show you enter close quarters combat with plenty of poise. But hit, don't worry, only affected your poise to recharge once you clear enemies. Being hit also stops you being quiet. Okay. So once I have 0 poise, I assume I get hit for real and lose health. Okay, let's see. Dagger. Okay, I'm guessing it's just yellow. Just to be yellow, since we're in the dungeon and it's a different color scheme. Not because anything changed. 5 finesse. Interesting, that's 5 finesse that would grant me. That I'm granted by allying being dedicated to the god. I guess if I wanted to use it, I have to dedicate myself. It's only 15 to 30 versus 27 to 30. It does have a lot more critical chance, but it takes a lot longer to throw it. So it's kind of not super worth it. Hard, shiny carapace is of little use to an adventurer, but fetch a fair price in most towns. 88 damage. Sticky means that you no longer dodge any attacks regardless of your finesse. It's kind of ass. Avoid waves of bumping them while in quiet mode. Okay, it's good to know. I guess I use rocks with ranged mode. Ooh, man. Make sure. Mark 14. I had 10. I got 12. Then I used 1. Which would have been 11. And I got 3. So yeah, 14. Okay, cool. I'm guessing this is the X. No? It looks like an exit. I'm not gonna... It says it's not the exit, but... Okay, random thing that I don't know what to do. New presence. Potion of madness. Why would I want that? Swirling iridescent potion that tastes like something from the Tatter's Fairground. Allegedly created by exposing alcohol to amber. Its effects produce madness and are at least partially entertaining. I guess. Okay. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it would be, honestly. Considering it's a cave. Okay, so like, it's like poison. I better get poisoned from something else. It's funny, someone was bitching about having to walk manually in this game, which like I wasn't really even finding that annoying. But I just realized if I hold the button down, it literally walks automatically. So I don't know what the fuck they were even talking about. Like, unless it's something they just added, which I kind of doubt. They're literally just talking out their ass. I'm so bitching that a turn-based game makes you walk manually when it's a tile-based world. Like, it makes no sense. Of course, you're not just gonna be walking around normally. Like, these wolves are really fucking me up. Damn. I got messed up by a fucking beetle of all things. I just wasn't really paying attention. Okay. Definitely want more of a ranged weapon type of thing. I think I might try going for magic. Interesting. What is this? Greasy salve made from Sarah leaf, prized for its ability to stave off rot. Centuries, Sarah bushes were believed unable to grow near mushrooms, but the truth is quite the reverse. Mushrooms can't grow near it. Be either dust, then I wouldn't be able to use potions, or it'd be Our Lady, then I need to always be having blood files on me, and food would be okay. Thinking about it now, probably getting cursed by God means breaking the taboo, which makes more sense. I don't know why I didn't think about it until just now. And which was the one that needed, become cursed by every other god. So now I need to join them and then break their taboo. I'm assuming blood files would be simple enough to create if they're making it the food. It'd be annoying as fuck to have like an apple that I'm able to eat while I'm struggling to even make one single blood file. Whew. Now that's only gonna need to fight. I don't know exactly how much damage each enemy can deal. Brother. That's awesome, thank you. Okay. Where you craft potions from blood files and any herbs you find. So greater perception are able to use fewer blood files when crafting their potions. I have arrows, but I don't have a bow, so it's kind of useless. Chest key. I'm doing a lot more critical hits. I'm not sure why that is. Oh, thank goodness. This. Stone looks like the one Kara mentioned in the shed note. Okay. Master key. Okay. Thank fuck. Doesn't think there's much else going on over there. It says obstacle. What the heck? Yeah. Don't it just mean something that blocks my path that I need to break? Assuming probably the exit is. Well, I think it's probably just the way I came. Guess I'll try to explore a bit more. Damn. Like, I don't want to leave and then miss something. I don't want to die here like an idiot and then have to do it all over again. Doesn't really seem like there's much more. Okay, nice. That was definitely useful. Damn it. There's gotta be like one or two more at the refills. Guess I'll snooze the ad. Why not? Fuck my life, man. Okay, what do I do here? Fuck, I might be dead here. Holy shit. Okay, that was close. If I didn't have my fucking... If I didn't have my healing potions, I would have been dead there. It's really only in the middle of the map and then the top right. Brother. Are you serious, man? Yeah, I don't know how the fuck I would do it, damn. Should have just... Should have just left. Could have gotten health potions any other place. It's kind of annoying. I'm kind of bummed out, honestly. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Anyways. I guess I'll try to do a bit of, the waters. I mean, it's not really going to be a pain.